Darren McCarty and Neil Rule can give. It's time for Big D Energy, live on Woodward Sports. Join four-time Stanley Cup champion and legendary badass Darren McCarty and the golden voice of Neil Rule, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., as they give their takes on all things Detroit sports. The number one midday show in Detroit is on. Welcome to Big D Energy.
Yo, 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 what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D in the D.
In the D.
Let's
man.
go.
A lot of D going on right here. My name is Neil Rule, that guy. Four-time Stanley Cup champion, Darren McCarty.
Hey,
we have
Got my
Spencer
backpacks
Baxter.
already.
He does, yeah.
How cool are
absolutely.
these? Look at these.
I'll tell you what, to start it off in Big D fashion, if I keep walking around here with Woody on my hip, I'm going to be throwing D to somebody. He is a magnet.
Absolutely.
Look, just
Yeah.
give Spenny some tools to work with, and he'll create fire.
Oh, yeah.
Spenny's on ring watch.
Yeah, we got
I can find my wife at a place like this, I'll tell you that.
we got
Hell
Chase
yeah.
here as well. We got Stick rolling around. Brady is here. Also, we're deep, and we are live at the Meet Connect Puff event downtown Detroit. Brought to you by Michigan Pros and DMAC. It's here. Anybody who's anybody in the cannabis industry is here today. This is a big time event.
Absolutely. You know, Neil, Monday and Thursday mornings on Twitch, we do a Wake and Bake show. And we didn't do it this morning. So I'm going to put both the Wake and Bake and Big D Energy in both places. Obviously, we got Mad Packs.
Two stones with one bird. Yeah,
Two
shout out
stones
Mad Packs
with one
there.
bird, baby. But no, in all seriousness, these are the, you know, a lot of most of the top heads, not only in this area but in the state, coming down, and it's a brainstorming. I think you mentioned it earlier. It's like a trade show.
Trade show
It's
for
a
the
cannabis trade
industry.
show from, you know, you have Redemption here, which is the they fight. It's a company, but they also do against wrongful marijuana, you know,
Past and present.
past and present and stuff like this. So there's a lot of connections down here, not just with the product, but that's a big part of it. So this is a great event I always look forward to.
Yeah, I already ran into somebody I know in the cannabis world, just kind of trying to find our little spot. So
There
shout
it
out,
is.
shout out my friend Bree.
Shout out Bree.
No, absolutely. But shout out to the folks at Mad Packs.
Shout out
also.
Mad Packs.
Yeah, good people
You know,
over there as well.
I'm
That's
not
how-
trying to brag or anything, but I was told that, you know, because of all my hard work with the Mad Packs Minute that's been blowing up on social media every week, they already sold out all of the pre-rolls that they had. They're already done. Like, they in stores, boom, sold out.
So you take the rest of the month off there?
So,
or
I mean,
how does that
we got to
work?
keep going. They keep pumping the product out. This train don't stop.
No, that is cool. But happy to have you all with us. As we said, got a lot to get to here today. Certainly some Tiger stuff. NBA draft was on its way. First round is done. Second round coming up. Pistons picking today, as a matter of fact. So we'll discuss that for a couple of seconds also. But jump into that chat. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Over 84,000 of you do right now. So keep that train rolling, as a matter of fact.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Keep on
Was
rolling.
the NBA draft the most boring? Is there more boring?
If you like
something.
trades and stuff like that,
The
it was
trades
good.
were
But
so
the trades
weird.
are, but wasn't it even weak? Like as it hard to follow? Like you must have been going off because there's money and
Well, I because the
picks
Pistons
and-
weren't picking, I went to the Detroit City match yesterday against Santos.
Shout out.
I went down there like hanging out as a fan with the family and stuff like that. So I was just down there having some drinks.
How'd it go?
Watching the game. They lost 1-0, but it was very, very good. Santos, a team out of Liga MX, you know, a top 10 league in the world. So it was a good showing. It was a good showing by Detroit City.
Good.
It was a lot of fun. Great atmosphere, by
Oh,
the way.
dude,
The
last
Santos
night down in
fans.
Keyworth.
Oh, yeah.
the
The place
city,
was packed.
Not
yeah.
too hot.
Yeah, it was great. Jump in that Woodward Sports chat thread. Bob Smith, good morning, everyone. Mike Willett wants to know, did you guys get your votes in for the MLB All-Star Game today?
Hey, I think today's the last day.
Is
So
it really?
Get your votes in.
Get your votes in.
They're
There you
doing
go.
like another round. It's weird. They're doing a different way this year.
So it's like Survivor for the All-Star Game?
Yep. And make sure you come out and check out, you know, the event we're at. Mad Packs has a bunch of cool art that they're auctioning off, and all the proceeds that Mad Packs makes with the art today are going to Wicked Awesome Wishes. So.
Oh, very cool. Very cool about that. But yeah, go ahead and get in there. But D-Mac, I mean,
Well,
what's going on, man?
Other report. I was downtown Very exciting. I was at Spenny. I was at Old Miami.
Shout out. I'm going to be there all
yesterday,
weekend.
Noticed that I was talking to Dina. We are good friends, one of the proprietors there, and real excited about Sunday. For part of your White Claw tour. So we will be down there before Sunday Night Baseball. So
shout out.
We are going.
We are going?
Confirmed.
We are going.
Let's go.
Confirmed.
We are going.
We're going to be
we
rolling
will be
out.
Big
Boys
D
are-
Energy will
and-
be in the building.
I got a kind of a pressing question for you guys. After the show today,
What's up?
because both BDE
Live?
and heavyweights are going to be live
About EV now.
from the event today, I'm going to the game with Justin. Justin, it's a day game, so it's in between the shows. It's perfect timing. I'm already down here.
wow.
Justin's got his season tickets for the Tigers Den. And
His dad's season.
His
Wait a
dad's season
second.
ticket. He's taking me to the game. Do I have to put out? That's the question I have. Like, he's taking me these nice seats.
What kind of
You
what
know
kind
the
of seats?
rules.
Tigers Den seats.
Spenny, you know you got to buy the kid a glizzy.
Yeah, I got to get him a glizzy
beer.
and a beer. I'll get him a shandy and a glizzy.
And then and that's where it is, because you know what? You've changed your ways, and you're not like that anymore.
Yeah, I'm not a cheap-
Ladies, listen out there.
That's
He
true.
is
I know
a
my
very
worth.
Respectable guy.
If they don't win, you
What
don't put
happens
out.
if
That's
what
fair.
happens if you meet Mrs. Raxter between the show and between the time you leave? Are you ready for that?
I'm ready for that. Like I said, D-Mac, there's
You're always prepared.
a lot of hot, tatted goth and alt girls here. It's a good time.
You don't
It's a
like
good time.
that.
Oh, no. Nothing like that.
You know, it's funny too, Neil, as we sit around and just, you know, where you're talking about trade shows, a lot of things is, and I probably consider myself being in the industry for 10 years or so now and stuff
One of the
like this.
pioneers in the industry in Detroit, by the way.
Well, you know, just along the ways, and you saw me having a conversation, and I introduced you to Dale, her and her junior.
Yes.
Tyler. So Tyler's from the over in the west side of the state, but he has my early sobriety and everything else. That man put a lot of time and education into my head, and we actually created. He just was telling me that he's got a project. He's got a pallet full of pheno flower to try because he just popped 500 seeds. We created Black Eye back in the day, which I will be bringing back out in the brand. But yeah, it's really cool to be able to see a lot of people that have had influence not only in the industry but in me personally here. So I didn't realize you know, it's sort of like a lot of a homecoming too. I was, you know, talking with, and the innovation, right? The innovation and the education is what you find, because the beautiful part about being here is everybody sort of finds their lane, just like the Mad Packs
Right.
guys have, and the way that they create their product. But the education that, you know, for the CBN and the CBDs and all the topical that I have coming up. So it's a real exciting time, and I'm real proud to have Big D Energy here. So I'm glad you guys are here. So it's a pretty cool day.
No, it is. I love coming to the city, man, and I love seeing. Like, look, it's funny, right? We always think we're like a silver bullet, magic bullet society where one thing's going to fix everything. It takes a mix of industries to bring a city back. It does, and Detroit's got its thing now going with the cannabis industry. This is one of the hubs, man. I think that's safe to say.
Absolutely.
In the business. So when you parlay that, you know, with the downtown area and everything like that, man, that's why the city's on its way back, man. The investment, the industries, all of it. So here we are, man, and
well
happy to
said.
be here. Like this, give you for instance, right? Where we are, like physically where we are with
You
the
never
Meat
would
Connect
have
Pub.
gone. You never would have
15 years ago,
10 years ago.
10 years ago, no chance, right?
Well,
but here we
I'll
all
give
are.
you a
There'll
little
be
story.
thousands
I'll
of us
give you a
down
little
there.
story, right? So when the first inclination of Grinder, our actually recording studio or our practice studio was about like half a mile down the road here, and
Shout out.
gated areas, gated whatever like this, and now it's like walking down the street and there's
Right.
stores and stuff like that. I mean, it's something to be very proud of.
No doubt, and I definitely agree with that. So here's what I want to do. I do want to get into the Tiger stuff because I'm seeing it already. Sandy 13D, hello BDE, how y'all doing? We're great, Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
Thanks
Hi,
for
Sandy.
thanks for tapping in. Shua, Jack has lost his touch. Needs a trip down to AAA to get his confidence back. Jack's a bum with his 5 ER. Let's get into it. because I'm not having that shit. Not today.
All right, should we go to break and then
There's-
come back?
Yeah, there's a couple of basic premise that we're going to work on about the Tigers yesterday. We'll talk some of the NBA draft and some Lion stuff also. Where are we going, Spenny?
D-Mac, tell us about Mad Packs.
Well, Mad Packs are sitting here right behind us, but we all tell you about the boom shakalaka, the high low, getting you high, real high for the low extra price, absolutely. So Mad Packs out in your dispensaries everywhere. You have to take a look. Spenny just said that he's been putting in the work, so they might be hard to find, but trust me, the Mad Packs guys, they know where it's at. So get your boom shakalaka today, the live resin tarantula. It is the bomb.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Back to Big D Energy right here, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have, of course, Spencer Raxter. Stick is in the building as well. We're live at Meat Connect Puff, hanging out with our friends at Mad Packs as well. And we're in downtown Detroit, just off Holden Street. Meat Connect Puff, I guess best way to describe it, kind of a trade show for the cannabis industry. Everybody's getting set to roll here. It's a big time event. Woodward Sports here, happy to be a part of it as well. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, as we said. But D-Mac, do you want to get into, by the way, the Rocket Classic going on. Couple miles from here, as a matter of fact.
Smaller event, but
Smaller event.
worth a mention.
I wonder if they're going to get contact high.
Which way's the wind blowing?
Yeah,
A little too far. They're going to get it off at 8 Mile. They're going to get it anywhere else. But shout out. Very interesting, Neil, and then we're going to go a little bit nerdy here, but James Pyatt is a former amateur champion, is Michigan owned. Joey and I play a bunch of golf with him or whatever. He's the first, because he was in the inaugural Live,
right.
but he's the first one to come from Live back to the PGA because he got a sponsor's exemption this week. So shout out to local kid, also Otto Black and Brett White. I've played golf with both of these guys. I mention all the time. I watched Otto Black shoot 61 at Lakeland. That's Timmy's course, with ease. Just because he lipped out for 59 on 18 and then missed the small birdie putt, but that's irrelevant. But if you get a chance to go out there in your backyard down what they do at the Detroit Golf Club, you're planning on going down Sunday, aren't you?
Sunday I'll be down there.
I'll be down there too Sunday.
Yep. So it'll be a good time. But that is going on, and it's going on in the city. Min Woo Lee, Zach Johnson, Andrew Putnam, all 6 under par. They all co-lead the Rocket Classic. So that is a lot of fun.
Did
to have
Colin
the big
tee off
time
yet?
event. Morikawa?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was playing this morning.
Okay.
He is 3 under through 14, so he's tied for 15th. So you gotta make birdies.
You got to make birdies for sure at the Rocket.
Got to make birdies. If that wind's out of the south, you got to make birdies and keep up. There is no question. So jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Subscribe. Over 84,000 of you subscribing right now. So get into there. But I did want to talk about the Tigers last night, D-Mac, and it was interesting. I went to Detroit City. I dropped my son off at the Tigers game. I went over to there, and he was done by about 8:50. And, look, I heard it. We just read the Jack Flaherty's. Jack Flaherty made a mistake. Other than that, was fine. And the bottom line is, I'm not even addressing Jack Flaherty when you have 3 hits.
Yeah.
Dude, 4.
4 hits?
You ended up with 4. And there was a text, and we had talking about all the time that Woodward gang, and I don't know who said it, but he said, "Are you kidding me? We're getting no hit by a garbage man."
It was Maz.
Was it Maz? But no, the fact is that yesterday was all on the bats. Flaherty, you're what? You can't. So you're not being a 50-win team, being a first-place team or whatever. You can't pick up one of your guys if they miss a pitch. So yesterday was all about the hitting, in my opinion, Neil. It was, or lack thereof, right? Of not getting it done. Because honestly, I didn't think Flaherty was that bad.
No, he wasn't that bad. And like in the Woodward Sports chat, and I just want to get the exact numbers right because I know everybody gets super granular with things. So I wanted to get the exact numbers right. Like Flaherty last night in the game.
Yeah, what, 4 walks,
six innings,
strikeouts.
3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, the 4 walks is tough.
No, the 4 walks a day. Yeah, that's tough. It's not ideal.
No.
And he paid the price for one of them. But the bottom line is, when you have 4 hits and don't score,
yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
Like that,
you're not going to win a lot of games.
No,
if
you're not
going
to
to
win any games ever.
Yeah.
Ever. So I don't want to hear that. Sua, if Neil likes you, he'll die on top of a mountain for you like he does Jack Flaherty. But if he doesn't like you, like Javi, even when you step up and play good, he'll still say you're bad. Sua, Javi's playing good, especially for Javi. Right? See, that's a difference with like Jack Flaherty is like he had success coming into this year before. So that is the difference, Sua. And yeah, I don't have a problem with Jack Flaherty. Like everyone's flipping out about him. To me, it's fine, man. You want to take a look. A quality start last night. Well, what about the 2 starts before? Well, what about the 3 starts before that when he went 18 innings, giving up 1 run?
So in your opinion, is he battling consistency? Because to me, the 4 walks is like sort of the misnomer to he's more of a control guy.
He had lost some velo in that stretch. It was good. The velo was back last night.
I mean, I guess I'm looking to you. Is your warning light or your yellow on Flaherty gone off yet?
Mine is.
Oh, it is. Okay. Mine's not. Mine's not either.
No.
I think with who he is and where he is and with this team at, you got and leading into All-Star week coming out of the All-Star break and whatever else, maybe he's tired. I mean, I don't know.
Well, he had lost some velocity the previous 2 starts. Last night the velocity was back. So again, I don't understand.
So we can rule out Tommy John surgery?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
because usually when you lose the velocity, and
right.
then they put you on the IR.
Yeah, well, the velocity's back. But see, like what I don't understand, and here's I'll address this to you then. So you expect Scuba's going to have another day, like the other night. He's going to. Like, he's a human being, bro. Like,
yeah, but this is 3 in a row now for Jack Flaherty, so I don't think the concern is unwarranted.
Three runs, 7 strikeouts. I'll take that every time out of him.
Spenny, speak for the people. Explain
4
to me
walks.
Why you're yellow.
Because it's 3 consecutive starts now where he hasn't looked like you needed him to look. If you want him, if you trust him, if you believe in him as the number 2 starter on a team that's trying to make or win the World Series, he needs to look sharper than that. And it's 3 starts in a row now. So I know I'm not jumping off the edge, but no, the concern there is fair.
No, and look, okay, I'll meet you in the middle.
It's the stakes of it.
I'll meet you in the middle. Well, and that's the thing that gives me a little bit of relaxation.
Doesn't the reprieve come because we're in first place?
Yes.
By where we're at, it's before the All-Star break. Hey,
the division's
isn't
over.
It one of these?
Right.
Isn't it one of these?
The division's
Yo,
won.
Jack,
It's over.
No,
Jack, we need to figure this out sooner than later.
And it looked like last night he took some steps to doing that. Like
and
I said, the velocity was back.
but the velocity
Missed
was
the
up.
bats.
But the walks were also up.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, it's too early. To me, anyways. Worried about other things. Worried more about why weren't we hitting. So now I'm going with our trend and see today's afternoon game. I would expect the bats to be alive because that's what we do. We bounce back, and we're no 2 bad games in a row.
Nick Hedigan, on days when you put up 0 runs, it does not matter what the pitcher does. My sentiment exactly, Nick. Greg, let's stop jumping to conclusions with Jack Flaherty, and that's kind of where I am also. Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. Art, got a bottle of Kentucky juice being dropped off at the studio tomorrow. You guys in studio? We are, as a matter of fact.
We are.
And it happens to be a Bourbon Friday.
And it is a Bourbon Friday.
So all the boxes are checked. I appreciate that in advance, my friend. Thank you. That's very, very cool of you.
Yeah, but you didn't say what kind.
He did. Well, I like surprises.
Yeah.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
now,
do.
what do you expect? Like level wise, you expect that you be.
I ate the one.
Right.
What's your response? What are you thinking? You're gonna be surprised. Like, is he gonna throw something that you haven't tried, or is there not?
Maybe. Yeah. That's what I like. I like the intrigue. Maybe it's something new that I've never seen before.
You gotta post those pictures.
Yeah, we will. We'll definitely get it.
Look at my day today, your day tomorrow.
Yep.
Check all the boxes, no doubt.
That's how we roll on Big D Energy.
We're
We take
team.
care of each other.
Yep.
That's it.
Cody Ingle, and how much run support has he had in those 3 starts? Well, the previous 2 are those are throwaways, right? Like, he didn't have it. You were losing those games no matter what. And that's fine. Last night was encouraging to me. I know everybody's going to continue to jump off the ledge or whatever because they didn't win, because everybody in this town expects them to go 162-0.
That's
and
true.
if you win a game, then if you don't win a game, then the season's over. And people acting like the division's not over. It is.
All right.
Ben.
No, it's not.
No, it is.
Have they clinched the division?
What is the magic number? I think is 68 or something like that.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's not over yet.
It's over, Spenny.
All right.
Coffee, they win the division?
No.
So then you do believe it's over.
I think they're going to win the division, yes.
Okay.
But no, it's not
so you do
over.
believe.
I think
Okay.
it's arrogant to do that, kind of just like what we did with the Commanders. Like the Commanders, there's no way they don't win this game. Oh, look, they didn't win the game.
Turn over 5 times, give
Yeah,
up 40 points.
that's the way.
That's a way, yeah, no doubt. Woodward Sports chat thread, shout out to Michael, sent 5 Woodward gift
Shout out.
memberships out there. Shout out to them. Jacob, Neil's favorite fact, Jack was a Game 1 starter for the Dodgers in the World Series. Newsflash, he wouldn't be on this team. No, I think that Jack
What
Flaherty,
team? Dodgers team? He'd be on the Dodgers.
yeah, just like he's
He
on
wouldn't
the
be
Tigers.
he probably wouldn't be their day 1 starter, but he'd be getting run in the playoff rotation for sure.
IT Hips, Bob Nightingale posted that the Red Sox keep losing. The Tigers will be serious players to trade for Alex Bregman. I think that's Bob Nightingale, one of those old school baseball guys that would be critical of an organization like us that say, oh, you're hunting for clicks. I think that's Bob Nightingale hunting for clicks. What other play do they have at third base? They just traded Devers. Think for a second, Bob Nightingale. Think. What are they going to do at third then in Boston? Like, come on, man. Have some sense. Woodward Sports chat thread. Art Vandalay. It's a coveted bottle Neil's talked about often.
Ooh.
Oh.
Eagle Rare?
Oh.
Or is it Blanton's?
I was
It's not talked about in good of respects, but it's talked about a lot.
No, Blanton's is fine. It's just a bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, like, if you came to me with it, I wouldn't be upset about it. I'd sit there and drink it with you, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go wait in line at a Total Wine because they have a 4-bottle release of it. I'm not doing that, man. So that's it. What'd you have, Spenny?
Chase, you were going to say something?
I was just gonna say I was at that wedding I was at over the weekend. They were bringing up the your favorite distillery. I can't remember the name of it, but they were talking about how they're flooding down there in Kentucky.
Buffalo Trace?
Yeah. Somebody kept bringing that up. Made me think of you, Neil.
Shout out Buffalo Trace.
Shout out Buffalo Trace, exactly. KJ, did clips of Neil go viral when we lost to the Commanders? They went viral in Washington.
They did go viral in Washington.
And then I went on Washington talk shows and talked to everybody about it.
That's true, he
and
did.
said, did you guys think you were going to win that game? Be honest.
They did watch us.
And by the way, a stick brought up, about 75,000 people watched us watch the game. Yeah. So that was there as well. Anakin Skyogre, season far from over. No, this division is not far from over. But that's the way that it is. I don't know, D-Mac. Like, look, I know that's how we're conditioned to think for whatever reason. Like, we go from 0 to 100 real quick with the Tigers, where we just think that automatically they're going to go 162-0. When the Tigers lose, it is going to look like, on the flip side of the coin, when the Tigers lose, it's going to look like that. How many times we got to say this?
Yeah, it's either going to look ugly or it's, going to be ineptitude
at the plate.
At the plate, right, exactly. So, I mean, my big thing is, like, how they've bounced back and how they've handled sort of, resiliency. So, and I guess what I like is that things aren't perfect. We were talking about yesterday, is it time, is Torque struggling again? Is there all these other questions supposed to come up? So they still got improvement to make. But I believe what I've seen so far is the true identity of this team, and they're going to fight through it. So I'd be interested what Caesar's got today's game at money-wise, expecting the bats to load up, or you know what I'm saying? It should be bat heavy.
Well, I'm sure they're going to be like because I hadn't looked at the line, so I'll take a look at it real quick. I'm sure they're going to be close to a 2-1 favorite because it's the Athletics. Minus 155 tonight. We got a bullpen day on the mound, huh?
Tonight?
Yeah, today.
Shit.
Dietrich Enns getting the start.
Yeah.
Shout out.
For them or us?
for us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Numbers are pretty good, though. 2.82 ERA, 25 strikeouts, whip around 1. He's got a couple saves. So he's getting the start. So I'm guessing it's a bullpen day today, Spenny.
How did we get this guy?
He's
Signed a DFA lefty, make room for Thursday's night starting pitcher. Just brought him in.
just brought him in for Spencer Raxton.
Yeah, shout out.
He's getting a tryout in front of Spencer.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if he makes the cut.
So if it works, Spenny's going to give him his blessing to sign him. Tickets as low as $9 right now if you do want to go to the Tigers game this afternoon. The Athletics are not a draw.
Yeah, he's made, let's see, 62 innings in Toledo, 61 hits allowed, 71 strikeouts, 15 walks, 1.2 whip. Okay.
It's his first time pitching since 2021.
Yeah, his first time pitching in the majors since 2021.
Okay. So there it is.
But he was in Toledo. Like I said, he's got 62 innings in Toledo this year, 71 strikeouts, 15 walks. Okay, all right.
So they slid that one in on me. I missed that. I totally missed that move. When did they bring him up?
What was it?
10 minutes ago.
Yeah, like yesterday or a couple days ago.
Okay. They slid that one by me there. I didn't even know that. That's not my style to not be in the know, but there it is. Wheezy D313, did Neil tell the people we shouldn't worry about the Tigers yet?
They brought him up today.
Okay.
They designated Matt Gage for assignment, which is kind of weird. I thought he looked pretty good.
After 5 2/3 scoreless, he
Yeah.
looked like a solid piece to be in the Tigers bullpen for the rest of the year.
And then they brought up Inns. He was a 10th round pick of the Giants in 2014. So Scott Harris obviously
knows him. Yeah.
knows him. Okay.
All right. We'll see it. But they are minus 155. If you want to venture in with the unknown, you can do that. DNC ENT, he would not be in the Dodgers playoff rotation. Well, DNC ENT, as I like to say, 10 months ago we started game 1. Less than 10 months ago, whenever that was. So I'm not just going to crumble them up and throw them away.
You know, back to the Flaherty thing is like, is it something that you think he's lost? Like you think he's done? Like, and it's I don't think we're there yet. It's something that he's got to clean some stuff up, and whether it's fatigue or mechanics or whatever like this, the time would be now. Meaning the first few starts coming off the break, there might be a good time for rest. So I'm not worried as much about it because he's proven in the past. You have to give this the veteran guys time unless you see that he's absolutely lost it.
Yeah. Well, the velocity was down the previous 2 starts, and it was back up last night. Good enough for me.
Yeah.
Right.
Good enough for me.
Good enough for you right now.
Right?
Correct. Right now, where we sit at the end of June.
Correct. All right. Let's do this then. Let's take the break. What do we got, Spenny?
Mad Packs.
Mad Packs over here, absolutely. We've been talking about all the time. Get the high for the low. That means you can get the high quality, and trust me, these are great quality flour that they put in there for the low price. Now, I will talk to you about these little guys a little bit later, but let's talk about the Boom Shakalaka Live Infused Resin Tarantula. They're out, we don't have any now because they're outside in the cold. Yeah, they got to stay cold, but we'll see them. But whatever it is, Mad Packs is where it's at. Spenny's been telling you, you better get them today at your local retailers, no matter where it is, because they're almost out. Stay tuned. Mad Packs is where it's at.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable. to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We got Spencer Raxter Chase as well. We're live at Meat Connect Puff. And as always, in cahoots with Mad Packs also.
Shout out.
Happy to be downtown. We're
Recorded the
Holden
Mad
Street.
Pack Minute yesterday.
There you go.
Ready to
Absolutely.
go out. Talking about our guy Riley Green.
Superstar.
Smoking one of those high-low infused pre-rolls.
Superstar
Riley Green.
As a matter of
Absolutely.
fact. No, but this is basically, I kind of sum this up as a trade show for the cannabis market, certainly here
This place is awesome.
in Michigan.
I might not go to the game with Justin.
You're going to hang out here, Spenny? There you go, man.
I might.
Absolutely do it up. The people at Mad Pack said you're good, Spenny. So there you go.
These are my people.
Yeah, you are deep in the streets. Jump into that Woodward Sports chat thread. Get your thoughts out there. Dante 151, can we talk about how ridiculous the Pelicans were last night? Did want to touch on the NBA draft.
Shout out Troy Weaver.
Yeah. So
and Joe D.
Can I ask you first, Neil?
Yes.
Like just biggest winner, biggest loser team yesterday in the draft. Is it as easy as to say
Dallas is the
because of Cooper Flag?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see the AI meeting tweet or whatever where AI was saying hi to somebody else? He looks up and he goes, "That guy, Cooper Flag, he's a dog."
Yeah.
And Cooper Flag's reaction was like, "AI just called me dog," and then they dabbed it up. But
He is a dog. He broke Kevin Durant's Rucker Park scoring record.
So is it okay? So take Dallas aside, right? Because they really won that in the lottery, or whatever.
They won that by selling their soul to Adam Silver.
Yeah.
well, whatever.
Yeah. You know.
Whatever. However they did it, Spenny, they did it.
That's
so
true.
Obviously the Pistons did not have a pick in the first round. They do have a pick today, as a matter of fact. And remember, the second round is today. People are going to say, like, the Spurs were winning. Like, it's lazy. I guess if you want to, like, get deep on one,
Hell yeah.
you want to get deep on one, maybe the Hornets.
I want to get granular.
I want to get deep on one.
Maybe the Hornets were winners. I would say the Hawks, because if you call the Pelicans loser, that means that the Hawks are winners.
Hawks had a good day.
The Hawks had a good day, but in the end, still, they're relying on Trae Young, and that might work for a quarter. It might work for a game, but over the course of a season,
It ain't gonna work.
it ain't gonna work. So that is it. But no, I know people are going to talk about it because it's Troy Weaver and because it's
Joe D.
because it's Joe Dumars and stuff like that. Certainly the Pelicans were labeled the biggest, one of the biggest losers. So what they did is
Nobody knows.
they had the 7th pick. They took Jeremiah Fears, which, whatever. These are lottery tickets. Past Cooper Flag, they're all lottery tickets in this draft. But then
I like Jeremiah Fears.
yeah, a lot of people do. But what the Pelicans did was they were sitting at 23rd. They made a trade to move up to 13, and they traded next year's first-round pick unprotected to do it to the Hawks. Unprotected to do it. And, like, I know everyone, because it's easy, everyone's going to say, what the hell are they doing and stuff like that. So they took Derek Queen, who is I don't want to say he's
Very bustable.
Yeah,
Very
sure.
bustable.
Very bustable, sure.
I
I don't want to call him. I don't want to call him a Jalen Duren clone, but that is the flavor of what they were doing. Does anybody? And look, I can kind of merge these two together. Is anybody mad about the fact they didn't have a first-round pick last night?
Not really.
Because who'd they get? They got Isaiah Stewart.
Isaiah Stewart.
They got Isaiah Stewart out of that, right? So, I think what you're seeing is, and we can say what we want about Troy Weaver, which and we are and we're going to and everything like that. But the draft wasn't the issue. Outside of the Killian Hayes pick, was the draft. Well, Spenny, I mean, show me 100% hit rate.
Well, I mean, he passed up on, what was it, who did he pass up on? Tyrese Maxey and
Tyrese
Desmond
Halliburton.
Bane 3 times.
Sure. So did a lot of teams.
God damn.
And the fact of the matter is, when you look at this team right now, who drafted all these cornerstones, dude? Like, who drafted them all?
I'm not giving Troy Weaver any credit for drafting Cade Cunningham.
I'm not either. That's fine. But they did make. He was here when they made the pick. He's part of his drafting, thing. If he's going to die on the hill for Derek Queen, which he is, I see what he's doing because he wasn't going to get to 23.
He likes big men.
That's it. I'm just giving you the rationale. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or anything like that. I'm just saying that.
Wait till he trades for Marvin Bagley. He traded for Sadiq Bey again. That's the third time he's acquired Sadiq Bey.
Hey, find something in your life that you love.
Yeah.
As much as he loves Sadiq Bey.
I love weed more than I love golf. So I love weed more than Troy Weaver or Sadiq Bey. But that's just
D-Mac, I don't know. You got to put the resumes next to each other.
This guy loves Sadiq Bey.
He does.
He loves Sadiq Bey more than the 12-year-olds on Pistons Twitter. And shout out to Mad Packs for I think this is their cherry runts, I believe, right, D-Mac? That's what they said?
Yeah, the cherry runts. I'm on the Gorilla Boof.
This is good stuff. Just rolled her up. You want to hit, Chase?
Yeah, this is
Shout
delicious. And you can tell, too, like speaking of the Mad Packs, their flour, which is the next. I'll lead into a next commercial break of what they have coming up.
Yeah, their flour is great, too. It's not just the pre-rolls. It's not just the Boom Shakalakas, the high-lows. It's not just the Blizzard Packs, THC, and Moon Rocks. They're just the regular flour is very good.
Moon Rocks that hit like a blizzard.
Moon Rocks that hit like a blizzard.
Woodward Sports Chat, the real cream of wheat. I love Dumars. F. Troy Weaver. Look, again, I'm just saying, like all these guys that everybody loves so much that they don't want to trade, right, Spenny?
Yeah.
You bore the brunt of it.
Oh, yeah.
All these guys that none of these fans want to trade, who drafted them all?
It's true.
See, that's my point.
Yeah, I mean, Pistons Twitter will look at you and tell you that Jaden Ivey is better than Kevin Durant. They'll do that. They'll sit there and tell you.
Will they, Spenny?
They will. Oh, trust me, they will. And, I mean, if you love the second coming of Kevin Durant so much, you got to thank Troy Weaver for him.
That is.
I'll never thank Troy Weaver for turning Isaiah Stewart into a stretch four, or trying to turn Isaiah Stewart into a stretch.
Was that him or was that Monty Williams?
That was, yeah, probably a little bit of both.
A little bit of both. That's fair. Jump into that Woodward Sports
Passing
chat.
over Tyrese Maxey 3 times is kind of unforgivable, though.
But, again, a lot of teams did that,
but
man.
were you screaming?
But 3 times, not 3 times.
Spenny, were you screaming for him at the time?
I was screaming for him at that 3rd time.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
I
least you learn.
I'm not going to
Third
sit
time's a
here and
charm.
be like, I hated the Killian Hayes pick. Like, I mean, like Niels, after you get out of the top 4, top 5 in the NBA draft, it's kind of a shit show.
Top 2 this year.
Top 2
3,
this year.
top 1.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I'll go back to this thing, too, since we're on it. Since we're on the draft, and we're not going to spend a whole show doing on all of this. But I'll go back to it. How can Rutgers have 2 of the top 5 picks in the draft and not have made the NCAA tournament in basketball?
Shout out Tony Soprano. R.I.P. to a legend.
R.I.P. to a legend. For real, though.
Maybe not, though. But R.I.P. in real life, but maybe not the character. He might be dead, he might not be. That's the whole point.
Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, 2 and 5. They don't go to the tournament. That's absurd. So are those guys any good?
Yes. Yeah. First of all, Dylan Harper's mom, good Lord. Dylan Harper's mom is
Good.
super hot. She's a first-round pick.
There's another Dylan Harper you should check out.
Yeah? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I have to check out the other Dylan Harper. But, yeah, they're both very talented individual. Rutgers was just, I mean, you would see it. They both dropped 20 points a night, and then Rutgers would lose 65 to 50 with both of those guys scoring
Right.
20 points. So we'll see. I thought it was kind of crazy, like the Ace Bailey stuff about him refusing to work out for the Jazz. And, like, obviously he doesn't want to go to Utah. You know, who would? What do you do in Utah other than be Mormon?
Soaking.
But, you soak. That's really all you can do in Utah. But Danny Ainge said, fuck it, I'm drafting you anyways.
Right.
And, like, that's a baller move, too. I like that kind of that repertoire, that back and forth between Danny Ainge and Ace Bailey. I think that's going to be a good thing to look out for. And Paul George chimed in, shout out PG 13%. He said, like, what are you doing, kid? You haven't even made it to the league yet. You shouldn't be able to choose where you go, which was, I think, kind of a base take by Paul George.
That is true. DNC
Or a
ENT.
2005 take.
Yeah, or a 2005
Not
take.
2025.
I, to this day, hate the Stu price. We gave up a first to manufacture a first-round pick to draft Stu. The Pelicans traded up 10 spots. And DNC ENT, that's – if you like a guy and you know and you're picking at 23, you know he's not going to be there. If you're willing to die on the hill for the guy, I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I mean, if it's your guy, it's your guy. Go get him. So I don't hate it, but we'll see if it works out for him. It's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see if it works out for him.
What about all right, to Spenny, what about this? Spenny does that vapor thing when he tokes. What a bunch of rookies.
What? Ghosting? I've done that every day for about 15 years now. So
It's cool.
yeah, it's just muscle memory, dude. You know what muscle memory is? It just happens naturally. Like putting a lighter, like I just put D-Mac's lighter in my pocket. Muscle memory. It just happened.
And then he remembered what would happen if
I
it
just
stayed there,
yeah.
muscle memory, and you threw it back. Smart.
Jay Gebb, those Ivy heads are OD'd on non-Mad
The
Pats.
IE heads are crazy, bro. It's honestly a different world. Shout out QB Michael G. I'm smoking on the cherry runts from Mad Packs. It's elite stuff.
It's fire.
Pearled up a little doobie for me and Chase here.
All right, let's take the break. When we come back, we got some Lion stuff to get to. Oh yeah, the Pistons pick today. I'll spend a couple minutes on that. We'll do that. Where are we going?
Mad Packs. Let me
Mad
tell
Packs.
you guys. Hey, so we've been talking about the high-low, obviously getting you high for the low prices, and Spenny will tell you all the time about the Boom Shakalaka live resins. But we're talking about, check these little dogs out. They're not out yet, but these are ingenuity. The little Mad Pack cases and stuff to be able to have it around. So like the boys tell you, you can have like 20 of these on. So you'll be looking for these in the stores near you real soon. If you can't find the Boom Shakalaka, some Mad Packs, because they are fire and they're probably out, keep looking. Look for your flower. You can be smoking that cherry ranch real soon. Mad Packs, check them out today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
It's part beauty, part beast. It's for those who dare to be different, for those who want to stand out, and for those who are built for more. The all-new Ineos Grenadier combines strength and style for an unmatched driving experience. Sold exclusively at Feldman Ineos of Waterford.
Back at everybody, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have, of course, Chase is in the building, Spencer Raxter, Brady. Stick is bouncing around as well.
Woody's chilling.
Woody's over there chilling also. We're holding it down. We're on Holden Street in downtown Detroit, part of the Meat Connect Puff event here with Mad Packs, as we always are here at Woodward Sports. Kind of like a trade show for the cannabis industry, I guess would be the best way
remember
you can describe it.
We did the tractor show a couple months ago. Now we're doing the weed one. So,
hey, did you guys have breakfast this morning?
2 different types of farmers.
What'd you have? What did you have?
Some avocado toast.
I had
That's
breakfast
good.
this morning.
What'd you have?
I had a meat and cheese roll-up in a tortilla.
Chase?
I had some coffee and donuts.
Attaboy. Well, I'm going to have a Mad Pack's blueberry pancakes for breakfast this
There
morning.
you go.
You guys can all join me. Boom shakalaka. Let's go.
Because I worked out this morning. Again, worked out in the morning again.
It's elite, isn't it?
I
I'm
kind of
telling
like
you.
it. Yeah.
It's done for the day.
Yeah.
Hey, I've said it before. The worst thing you got to do all day is eat a frog. It's best to eat it in the morning.
That's true.
Shout out William Shakespeare.
Shout out William Shakespeare. I know him.
Why is that? But why would that be in the morning? Why wouldn't you wait till night?
Because it's like,
enjoy the day.
well, no, because if you
That's
get
the other
the
thing.
hardest part of your day over with easy, DMAC, then in contrast, the rest of your day is much easier in
better.
comparison.
And then you won't worry about it.
Instead of pushing it off and like, oh, I got to do this
Thinking
later, I'm
about it.
dreading it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's over with, you eat it, it's done.
That's Chase Freud.
See, that's where I was, though, D-Mac, is I was working out and then just going home, prepping, and going to sleep. So but I like the morning a lot
the
more.
morning,
I
because
do
then
too.
you get to spend that energy and exert it.
Yeah.
The only what it is, Spenny, is as long as you can get up. Right, Neil? Like once you dominate your alarm clock, wake up time, and it takes, probably a week or so, but the consistency, then you get into that routine, and that's all it is.
That's all it is.
I guarantee if you can get up and get active before you do anything, you'll have a more productive day.
Yeah, I knocked it down, went over to the Planet Fitness at the Pistons Performance Center here downtown, which is literally 5 minutes away from here.
Humble brag.
Wait, is that a Planet Fitness?
Yeah, there's a Planet Fitness there. Like I didn't
shout
build
out.
it, you know. But no, we are here, and we're at downtown Detroit, and we're hanging out with the people at Mad Packs and everybody that is down here. No, but just kind of we're touching on the NBA draft. Like we're not like planting a flag about it because those of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread.
Dude, I look huge in this camera shot. What is it? Boom! I talk about Planet Fitness right there.
I definitely make you look pretty big too. Pretty scrawny.
Definitely helps.
In the Woodward Sports chat thread, I haven't cared less about a draft than last night. Well, Pistons didn't have a pick, so who was good?
I was tuning in and out. I didn't watch it, sit down and watch it, because I don't care. Pistons don't have a pick. I don't have any rooting interest. But it was good to see people go anywhere. I'm kind of happy with Jace ending up in Orlando, and I'll tell you why. I was going to have a serious Orlando hate watch this upcoming season, but they traded Cole Anthony, and they brought in Jace Richardson, and I like Desmond Bain, so I was like, I don't know.
Do they still have Gary Harris?
Yeah, I think they still have Gary Harris. Yeah, Spartan
Do
Dog.
they really?
Yeah, he might still be getting checks. He might have gotten moved in the offseason. I don't know.
We'll double check.
I'll have to see on
So
that.
obviously, I'll like root for Orlando to lose when they're playing the Pistons, but I don't have to hate watch the Magic anymore. That feels good because they didn't deserve it. What have the Magic ever done to anybody other than that scumbag Cole Anthony? But now he's gone.
Now he's gone. Woodward Sports chat thread, Cody Engel, parking sucks at that Planet Fitness. I literally parked in front of the door, Cody. Literally parked in front of the door.
How you doing?
Yeah. So there goes that. Yeah, but anyway, though, Pistons, they do have a pick tonight. And D-Mac, who do you want him to take? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man. That's not the lane. They are picking number 37.
Well, Neil, best available.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that's a good response. Spenny, I'll go to you because I know that you're locked into this kind of stuff. This is where you live, the second round of drafts and stuff like that.
Let me see who's available. I know Chris sent me this list last night, and there's one kid that they talked about. Yeah, Rasheer Fleming.
Yeah, he's probably going to be the first one off the board.
Yeah, if they can trade up for Rasheer Fleming, that's somebody that I like to look at. I know they interviewed Johnny Broom. I don't want Johnny Broom. Is that?
No, I'm not.
I don't want. That's a nothing pick. I feel like that's just throwing it in. They brought him in and worked him out.
Right.
So maybe they see something in him. But if you could trade up for Rasheer Fleming, I think that's a guy that could actually be a legitimate 3-and-D guy in the NBA. He shot I think 39% from three last year or something like that, and he's a bigger guy, longer arm, good defender, can play out on the perimeter. So you'd have to move up, but
7'5" wingspan and 6'8".
Yeah, what's it going to take? 3 second-round picks to move up to get him? I would do that.
Unless they want him.
I would do that.
Unless they want him. For me, real quick, Chaz Lanier from Tennessee.
Yeah.
40% three-point shooter, one of the premier shooters that's in the draft. I like that he's 24. I like think he's, in the grand scheme of things, kind of small, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But I would be excited to see what you could do with him with the ball in Cade's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a second-round pick, dude. It's literally a Keno ticket.
Yeah.
You know when you're at the bar.
You don't got hopes for Bobby Clipman?
I don't know.
What's their biggest need in the G League?
I think.
Yeah, Motor City Cruise.
No, I think if you can get one of these guys, and there's the French kid out there too, Noah Penda, that is somebody who, again, you're going to see the second round is going to be full of guys like Rasheer Fleming and Noah Penda that are these 3-and-D forwards that are going to be able to be versatile guys. If you get one, then you got a damn good player that's going to be a part of your rotation for a little while, but it's normally 2 or 3 out of the entire second round that actually turn into something. So you just got to pick the best one.
But that brings up a great point. Aren't you at 37 if you don't trade up or have somebody specific or whatever that you're looking for? If it's a name you haven't heard of, that's not a bad thing.
No,
right?
it's not a bad thing, but that's how people judge it. If they take Johnny Broom, everyone will go crazy. They'll be what a great pick.
But you know what you're gonna get. You know all these guys. This might be is there that guy over in Europe? Is there this guy playing somewhere else in some other league that we don't know about? Maybe this is a time where that you're trying to get that late round that nobody's seen. You've seen everybody over.
I think there's three.
Because the point of the matter is it's a second rounder, late second
in
rounder.
the NBA.
That how many? What
Non-guaranteed,
percentage? 3% evolve. 5,
Maybe.
10%.
Maybe not even.
10%.
But
Like,
I
that's all I'm
think there's
saying.
three schools of thought, right? You get the project guy, the big that, isn't quite, skills aren't refined and stuff like that. There's that angle. There's the European angle, like the draft and stash guy where you draft him and then you leave him at Real Madrid for 2 years and then he comes back when he's 21
Draft
or
and
whatever.
stash.
Yeah,
Draft
like
and stash.
there's that. And then there's like
What was that Italian guy we got a couple years ago? I'll think that.
On the
Guido Sarducci.
Giuseppe.
Gigi Batome.
No.
And then the
I
third
don't know,
one is
Giuseppe Ravioli?
the third one is like the Chaz Lanier.
Yeah.
Right? Like is a highly skilled specialist at what he does. It's what he does. He shoots the basketball, comes off screens. Like that's it.
But that's what you're looking for. You're looking for somebody to plug and play. If he's
And
a
he's
guy
24.
that can play 10 minutes, right?
And he can shoot it. So why?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm kind of in that camp.
Then that makes
Gabriel
sense.
Posita. That's who I was thinking of. As draft and stash. Yeah, and where the Pistons are right now, I want to take a shot on one of these guys that could be a wing in the league. Like that's the other option is these guys that are all tall and have long arms, like long wingspan for how big they are. They're going to be a prototypical wing in the league, and maybe they'll be a good player. So,
But how many? But see, like Spenny, how many wings can you take that aren't shooters?
yeah,
How many can you have?
I mean, when you got Fred Vincent, you got to trust him to turn an average shooter into a good one. Like that's why you brought him in.
I know, but in the meantime, though, like,
Yeah.
and remember too, like, D-Mac, the reality has changed for the Pistons now, especially given the events of what happened with Tatum, Halliburton, the injuries and all that stuff. It is amazing how in the NBA, how hard it is to pull yourself out of the 15, 20 win seasons. It's hard. If you don't catch the lottery break, it's very, very difficult. The Pistons, and the entire complexion of their organization changed in a year. Everything.
Yeah. We got a super chat in there from Freddie Felt. Did you read that already?
I'm finna in a second.
It was his birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday, Freddie.
Happy birthday, Freddie. You know what it was though, but and it wasn't more of the perfect storm. It was putting the right guys in charge to what this team needed. They needed leadership and coaching. They needed to be coached because they had the talent. They had the talent. They were making great picks. And then you bring Trajan Langdon in, Spenny's buddy.
Yep.
And the fact that
my guy.
is he had a game plan.
A willingness to sign
he
pros.
had a game plan.
Yeah.
The owner stayed out of his way, believed in his game plan, told him that he could do it, right? And then what he did is they let the players develop that culture to whatever else. The problem with all the other teams going to suffer, they suffer their money guys. Their number one guys going down, and they don't have the backup plans or the guys around it that they're plugging and placing. And in this league, you need a star, right? So now it's insulating that star. So, yeah, I mean, the draft really doesn't, unless there's moves to be made, but that's where you can find, because what's this team made of? They're made of different guys doing different roles, right? They're not a bunch of stars. They're a bunch of workers, and they need the shooters. What makes them go, Neil? What makes them be able to play so much D or whatever like that is their quick transition and their quick boom. And they can hit the shots. That's the difference between 14 wins and 45 wins is you got
Shots going
shooters.
in.
You got shooters. Shooters were shooting,
Yeah.
right? And the pace was better, and they were coached. And JB Bickerstaff, like the job that he's done in getting them going and leading them and directing them, and then having their back. Right, because they're a younger team, so you don't hear him bark too much. But when he does, it's effective, and he's really got the ear of these young guys, and I like it. I like what they've built. I mean, God, what is Thompson? Is he 20 yet?
I don't. He's
He's
is
right
Asar
around
20
there.
yet?
Like that's the guys are still young. Like how old's K? 24?
No, he's not that old yet.
23? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's that maturity together and stuff like that. So I like somebody who that they like, but
Kate's 23, Asar's 22.
The one
22.
thing that I know is that whoever they draft, it's like we talk about the Lions. They will be able to, the culture-wise, and be a gym rat, whether they're a project, whether they're like the shooter, the specialist, they're gonna come and they're gonna be ready to work.
And Chaz Lanier from Tennessee's 24. So if they drafted him, he'd be like one of the oldest guys on the team.
Not wild.
It's pretty crazy.
That is
No,
crazy.
it is crazy because.
But you're going to see that, though,
young.
in the name, image, and likeness world now.
Yeah.
Because it's more profitable. Like, if you're a second-round pick in the league, you'll
dude.
get $750,000 that you got to go earn. Why wouldn't you just stay at school and make $2.2 million?
Yeah.
Or even $1.5 million, whatever the
great
number
option.
is. It is a great option. So you're going to see this more and more, and that's what kind of
Like
intrigues
Hunter
me.
Dickinson.
Right.
Is he coming back? Like, what's he? I know he didn't put his name in the draft because nobody's picking that bum. Is he going to China? Is he coming back for his 12th year in college?
Anybody
Like, what's he
surprised
doing?
Danny Wolf went that high?
Actually, he slipped a little bit compared
did?
to, yeah. Well, just because 7-footers or almost 7-footers was skill, right? Based on, they're running pick and rolls with twin 7-footers at Michigan. So he actually slipped a couple of picks, but he was out there. So yeah, that is it. Woodward Sports chat thread, the super chat, if you want to skip the line, Freddie Felt 313. D-Mac's doing exactly what I'm doing in Cali currently. The stuff here grabs you by the boo-boo. Shout out Mad Packs and all 4 legends, Big D Energy.
I got enough shit around here to grab me by the boo-boo today. So
Oh, yeah.
we're going to try to get our boo-boo grabbed.
Yeah,
Greg said,
Benny's trying to get his boo-boo grabbed, but a little differently than
yeah, a
me.
little different than that. I already got my boo-boo grabbed in the other way, but
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Well, speaking of Mad Packs, are raffling off some of the paintings here in front.
Yeah.
And a Labubu, a popular collectible toy series. All proceeds will go to Wicked Awesome Wishes charity. Come up and get your ticket at the booth if you're coming down here to meet, connect, puff, and we are in downtown Detroit on Holden Street. Tell about Mad Packs, D-Mac.
Absolutely, Mad Packs right now. Blueberry pancakes for breakfast. Yeah, the boom shakalaka live resin tarantula infused pre-roll. It is money. You can get them out at all retailers. Yeah, they launched at the end of May, but they're out there now. I mean, Spenny's telling me he's doing such a great job that they might not be there, but check them out. Anything that Mad Packs does
we're moving units.
is fire. Moving units, exactly. High for the low price. Big high. Here it is. Breakfast. D-Mac, blueberry pancakes, Mad Packs, get them today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Back at it, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, and of course Darren McCarty. We have Spencer, we have Chase, and Brady Wood is out here. We're live at the Meet Connect Puff. We're on Holden Street in downtown Detroit. Brought to you by Michicana Pros. And if you're coming down, come on out and see us here. We got the booth over here. Us and Mad Packs, we're here doing it. Right now, we're doing it. Heavyweights are out here, too.
Heavyweights are out here, too. I'm downtown all day today.
All day.
That's why I work down in the morning, so I can just fucking rage down here all day. Then I'll go take an Uber home.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Jump into there. Get your thoughts out there. Love is real. Pistons need to steal Amani Bates from Cleveland.
I mean, sure. Like, is Amani Bates going to move the needle at all on the Pistons? No. Would
People
it be
will
cool?
be fired up.
Would it be cool to have him in the organization? Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Aura?
Aura? Nah. He lost his aura. He had aura.
Okay.
He lost his aura, though. And he's a turncoat.
I still say one of the greatest
regular season college basketball games that I've seen. Amani Bates and Rocket Watts.
That was awesome.
Oakland against Eastern. You were in the building.
I was in the building. I was
Yeah,
in
that game
attendance.
they were going at it.
It was
dude.
so much fun to watch, man. They were going at it. My guy Rocket, I got love for Rocket.
I know you do.
You know,
I
Spartan
told
dog.
him that, man. He said shout out
Yeah,
to you. by the way.
Spartan dog. Once a dog, always dog. And he chills the 586 all the time. So I got to shout out Rocket Watts. But, yeah, that was a great game to watch. It was so much fun. Went to overtime, obviously. It was very, very electric down the stretch. Rocket put some clamps on Amani in the second half. It was pretty fun to watch. And Sada Baby was there. He recognized me, knew who I was. That was a really cool moment for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Hour number 2 of the show, by the way, and DNC ENT in the chat. I have no clue what the F the Nets are doing. Drafted 3 international guards and a ball handling big in the first round, all while being the only team with cap space with Cam Thomas on the last year. DNC, I was surprised. They had almost 20% of the picks in the first round of the draft, and they used them all.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of weird.
That is pretty weird.
So, and like I didn't hear of any trades.
No.
Like overnight or anything
No.
like that. So
There was a lot of trades in the draft that were pissing me off when he was just like, he would come up there and he'd be like, the Hornets traded the rights of the 12th pick to the rights of the 14th
I know,
pick,
because-
and then would just walk off. I'd be like, dude, what?
we
What?
knew that already.
Yeah.
Shams had that like 30 minutes
Yeah,
ago.
come on.
Like, how does the NBA not have that first? You're the NBA.
That was bad. Shams is plugged in for sure. He's
No
probably
doubt.
got a direct line to Adam Silver's Neuralink, so he can hear everything he's thinking.
well, the agents go to him
Oh,
because
yeah.
he's got the 3 million followers.
Absolutely.
So that's why you want to talk about monetizing followers.
Oh, yeah. That agent game is insane.
It is absolutely.
That's why, like, Adam Silver, he used to just not be Adam Schefter. It wasn't just him being a douche when he was sitting up there with, like, 3 phones in front of him. He's got 20 people texting him at all
Right.
times. It's crazy.
How do those guys go on vacation?
I have no idea. I don't think they can.
Like August, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
For a week.
No, because there's like training camps and like mini camps and
Yeah.
like.
Well, let's talk about the NBA guys.
Oh.
Yeah. The NFL guys, you're screwed. If you cover, I've learned. This.
Oh, yeah, NFL.
You cover the NFL, you're screwed, D-Mac.
That's
Like,
a year-long job.
It is. It just goes. How about the NBA though? Game 7 Sunday night, the draft Wednesday, free agency next week, summer league. Like, it's insane,
Yeah.
man. It's insane.
It is insane. And the
Take a
the
breath,
WNBA is going. I swear to God, the WNBA goes year-round. They never stop. It's like every time I'm listening to anything like, oh, WNBA playoffs are starting, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, oh, season's back on.
Soccer feels like that too.
Soccer goes year-round, too, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's just which are you
It's
playing?
insane, dude. Steve O'Baby. Oh, I did want your thoughts on this, D-Mac. Steve O'Baby. Neil, I was watching an interview that Nick did with Chris Draper. If Darren says he's not giving up on Iserman and Draper says he's not giving up on Iserman, then neither am I. It's pretty cool of Draper to spend some time with Woodward Sports yesterday.
That was cool. Shout out Nick. Nick's
Oh, at
killing
the
it.
game?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. No, that's good. The little redheaded. Anyways, should treat the network, Nick, and it did right. But yeah, no, that's what I try to tell you guys. You know, we're all we just see it. I mean, and maybe you can say, well, you guys, you know, you don't know what you're talking about, you know, because that's playing and that's not. It's the character of the man of not being defeated and doing whatever he needs to do. Like, he'll go above and beyond, and it hasn't been easy, and it's not saying that he's exonerated and hasn't made, you know, some wrong decisions, but he will get this right. And plus, does anybody not get you're in a monarchy anyways?
Oh, yeah. Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's Queen Elizabeth II. Like, no, it's 65 years if he wants. It's a monarch, so accept it, but understand, too, that he's got a plan. And he always told you his plan was, like, to get us back there and not to be ever back here. And and that what I mean by here, playoffs instead of not playoffs.
Woodward Sports chat there. I missed this one earlier. I can't remember who said it, but they said, Neil, if I sent up a bottle of scotch to Woodward that I think you would like, would you drink it? Yes. The flat answer is always yes. Always. So
Who's the Scotch guy on our?
Danny Raxter? I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Is Danny a
Stick,
Scotch
Stick,
guy?
you're
Big
not a,
Scotch
Stick, You're
guy.
not a Scotch guy, are you?
Only if
Only
it's
in a-
free. Only if it's free or if it's at a cabin that only has Scotch.
Yeah. Like I always say, guys, I'm not tough enough to drink scotch. I'm not. I haven't been through enough.
It's gross.
strife.
It tastes like dirt. I'm not. Every time, like, my dad's like,
Spencer, your life's been pretty easy, too. Maybe that's got something to do with it.
yeah, pretty. I'm
You think we're not weathered enough?
blessed and highly favored. No, I've never been to war. I've never,
Yeah.
I went through some shit, but nothing like that.
Self-imposed.
Self-imposed.
Yeah.
A lot of self-imposed shit, yeah, for sure. Yeah, not a Scotch guy. My dad likes Macallan. Macallan 12, the cherry oak glass or whatever. That's his favorite. It's easy to shop for him. Father's Day, birthday, and I'll just grab him for the Scotch.
QB Michael G. Hey, the NFL draft is tomorrow as well. I'm an amateur Red Wings super fan. Since it is the draft, D-Mac, and I'm not going to ask you about guys. You're not out there. You're not easy. You're not over there scouting Sweden and stuff like that. Give me a philosophy.
For this draft?
Yeah.
Swede.
No, I mean, the philosophy is like, see, look, what do we need? I mean, is there that?
They need a goal.
Is it? Well, here's right. One thing that you
need
would look
center
is
depth.
picking at 13th, right? Which is top, front of the second half.
You're not getting the best goalie, and you're not getting the best center.
If out of anything, you might be able to get the best goal.
Best goalie.
Like that. That's sort of the spot now. Now, not if he's elite.
Right.
But again, even if you do, it's a project, right? Nobody's ready. Like that's the difference between the NHL and the NBA is they're not ready. NFL, they're not ready to go right away. So, what do I think? Stock maybe that forward that can develop might be out there, like the talent and stuff like that. But I mean, what you tell me? Do they need it? Is there a guy out there with a heartbeat that would add, help with like the penalty killing? Is there like a Edvidson out there? Is there? You need a lot of things, right? You're not set. So
Well, you open my eyes to this, both of you guys, and Sean as well. I think that they need their two-way guy. Who's the two-way guy? As Sean said,
it'll be Casper now. But
okay,
you can't
yeah,
expect
all right,
that.
that's
you
one.
Can't right.
If he hits like all the way, that's
Casper,
one.
Mazer.
Well, there's still a question mark because you said he's ready to play, but the injuries.
Yep.
Because if you can't be durable, so is it the Nygaards or whatever? But they have to
love
develop.
that
They
kid.
have to develop. They
He's
have
not
to
playing next
develop
year,
their.
though.
You can't say they have an identity yet,
No.
right? Like their identity is more older. If the power play doesn't do it and the Canes aren't going and
Then we're cooked.
stuff, then it's like what's your identity? So I think that not that we had an identity before, but I think with Todd McLellan, with this team, the way he'll make them work, what they're going on, it's going to be. Does that make sense in saying it'd be an identity guy or a guy who's going to be an impact?
Somebody who's going to set the tone.
They feel that's going to be impactful in this lineup.
Yeah.
Right, that's where they're at right now, and I think at 13, right, you'd have to look at past 13th overall, but you can get a great player there, and you might be in a position where you can reach for somebody that not everybody expects, but you expect out of.
What my philosophy, what I want the Red Wings to get in this draft is a big, nasty piece of shit North American. That's what I want. I know they're
Forward?
A forward or preferably a forward, preferably a center. But if I just want a guy that's not going to be a little pussy out there, and I know they're probably not going to go North America, and they're going to probably go Sweden because that's where they live, and I'm not mad about that. But there are going to be a couple guys in this draft around where the Red Wings are picking that they can get that are exactly what I explained. Just big, pissed off North American forwards, and that's somebody that I want on this team. That's something I think this team needs, and you can never have enough of those guys. I know they got a couple of them. Like I said, I think Casper is going to be that. I really like what Mazer can be. Nygaard. I called D-Mac as soon as we picked Nygaard. I was like, you're going to love this fucking kid.
I heard great things from Luke Wachowski, who played over with him over on that team in Sweden and stuff. And says he's a real deal. Chase, did you have any of these guys in mind, or?
Not like a specific player. I just want us to go best player available, more or less. I don't forward, defenseman.
Yeah,
I'm kind of fine with
Best
whatever.
player available now at that position, guy who could the fastest tracked NHLer.
The thing with
You know what I mean? Who's ready to play?
I think the best player available for the Red Wings, because I think the path forward for them in today's NHL, in today's Florida Panthers, NHL because it is their NHL right now, and what they're doing works. I've kind of flipped on that. And me, who's like the ultimate skill guy, right? I always want a Ferrari.
You gotta be
even
a
if they're
dick,
potholes.
man.
I always want a Ferrari. But you
look at the Panthers. That's
what
their
you're
whole
saying.
team.
Yeah.
You can get your Ferrari, Neil, but you got to have like at least like a couple solid like Toyota Corolla.
Gotta
you got to
have
have
an
a
F-150.
You got to have a Honda Accord. Yeah, you got to have your your Hemi, and your Dodge Cummins engine in there with your diesel. Like you got to have a whole garage with a little bit of
usually what
everything.
your second rounders are for.
Yeah, it's just I would like to see kind of a shift in philosophy.
That's a joke.
I wouldn't mind that. But again, it all boils down to this, too, what Cody Ingalls says is you're not going to fill these needs with the 13th pick that's going to play in 5 years.
No, you're not. And that is true. But we're talking about guys that we want to see in the system and hopefully be up in the next couple of years. But, no, you need to address it in free agency and stay tuned with Woodward Wings. We got a lot of that coming.
Yeah.
What's up, D-Mac?
No, I was just waving to Phil.
Oh, shout out Phil.
Yeah. If we go goalie, last time we went goalie in the first round, we traded up and drafted Sebastian Cossa, and he hasn't even seen the ice yet. Aside from that injury fill-in, one time this past season. So it's going to be a long road ahead if we do draft a goalie before we see them with any significant action on the ice.
I don't think they draft a goalie. They need.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's somebody with some grizzle.
Some grizzle, like a Canadian,
Power
American,
forward,
whoever.
Player maybe.
I don't know, man. The Cossa thing has me shook. Like, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, yeah.
That is my one thing, right, where
it's not great.
I am cool because there's been linear improvement, and they're knocking on the door of the playoffs in the grand scheme of things. I'm more cool than most. I admit that. However, I will say this. If you want to give me something that I'm concerned, borderline terrified about, I'm shook on the Cossa thing, man, because I was told, right, just wait, let him marinate, let him get up here. And like, now is the time, right? Like, at this point, what more is there for him in the minors? I'll ask you. I'll lean on you because you played in the minors. So, like, I'll lean on you, and I understand he's a goalie and stuff, but, D-Mac, that is the one thing I'm shook on. Yeah. I'll be honest about it.
I mean, but that's why you got training camp and hopefully every opportunity to prove whatever. You can always change it. Perspective, whatever, go out and play good. Have a hell of a summer and do whatever you need to do because it's not done yet. He hasn't lost him yet, but it is. It should be a little bit bothersome. Because It was supposed to be, this is the year that we see him, and this is the year that him and Augustine start making. Well, Augustine's going back to college. So that slows it down a year. So,
which was
you
already
could
2
be
years
frustrated.
anyway.
Well, we'll see. But to me, I haven't seen it. Like, I haven't wrote him off yet.
I'm not saying that, but I'm to the point where I got to see it, Now I got to see it.
Now's the time, right?
I got to see
the
it
opportunities, the exhibition, pushing guys. So, I mean, it's I mean, now it's put up or shut up time.
Steve, do you need an EV on your team?
But
Chase?
to your point, they do draft a goalie first round. That tells you everything.
All you need to know.
Tells you everything.
Steve, do you need an EV on your team, Chase? I would contend that yes, you do.
Yeah, I think you need an EV.
Like a higher performance, lower cost to operate.
A hybrid?
Yeah.
Definitely use a hybrid.
Better off.
Yeah.
Don't mind that at all. Also, too, you're talking about.
Federoff's not an EV, D-Mac. Don't do that to Sergey.
An EV Porsche.
Yeah.
I know you like
EV Lamborghini. Yeah.
I know your skill guys too. He's not going to be coming up to the Wings this year. I think he got traded to another KHL team. But we have Dmitry Bachilnikov coming from Russia. Eventually, at some point, might be one of those goal scoring Russians that eventually joins the Wings. Fingers crossed.
27 years old, rookie.
Yeah. Lombardi looks.
Yeah, it's going to be really old.
Lombardi looks good. You look at guys that they got in the system. I talked about Nygaard. Obviously, I think Mazur would have made a difference if he would have came in here. Unfortunately, he had the injury when he was coming in to play his first game. But none of the picks that the Red Wings make today are going to make a difference next year. Or not today, but none of the picks the Red Wings make this year are going to make a difference next year. But you need to address that Like D-Mac
the
said,
philosophy,
like
right?
D-Mac said, you got to bring in a guy that's going to set the tone for your team, and that's got to be a guy either on your top 4D or your top 6 forwards. And whether that be Ekblad, whether that be Marner, it's probably not going to be Marner. I'm kind of off that train, but Ekblad is a real possibility. Yeah.
I was just warming up to it.
I know. It's I would do it. I would pay him $14.5 million and make sure nobody else could do it, but Stevie's probably not going to do that. Ekblad is a real possibility, though, and that's a guy that could set a tone with that defense. You get those big bodies and Edvinsson and Mo Sider playing with Aaron Ekblad. I'd like that.
I just got on the train.
I know.
And now we're getting off?
No, I want Marner.
Why do I have a sneaking suspicion Florida's going to find a way to run it back? They might lose Marchand, but they'll come back at the thing. But I like with Ekblad and Bennett.
They're going to have to pay Bennett, though.
No, I know. No, but they're going to find a way.
Yeah.
Because he's never been paid before.
No.
So if it's me, if I'm Bennett, okay, we got the cups. I'm good there. Who's got the bag? 8x8.
Yeah.
Give me the Larkin deal.
That's what he's going to. Yeah.
8x8.
Oh, he's going to get more than that. Probably 9.5.
Well, yeah, we'll see. All right.
I think he's probably 9x8.
Probably, honestly, after you win a Conn Smythe, like that bumps you up a couple million.
Right, but he's only making 4 right now.
Yeah. But like you said, he's never got paid.
Underpaid.
He's never got paid yet.
Yeah.
It's Florida. I'm telling. I just want one of those guys. Give me Luosterainen. Give me Bennett. Give me Verhaeghe. Give me any of those guys that's just going to go be a fucking dick for 60 minutes and piss people off and win puck battles and make turnovers and win. That's what wins hockey games, obviously, because Florida's won 2 Stanley Cups in a row. Their whole team is full of guys like that, and then you brought in Captain Rat, the king of all rats, to put you over the top this year. I like Brad Marchand. I damn near love Brad Marchand now.
You were talking about getting a jersey.
I would buy a jersey. If there was a Florida Brad Marchand jersey in front of me, I'd probably buy it. It's just fun hockey to watch. It's winning hockey, and it's how you have to play. But we can't change all of that overnight, but you can bring in one guy to start establishing that for other guys. Like, Casper can be that rat. He was doing it in the Worlds. He can do it in the NHL, but he needs a Papa Rat to guide him on his rat journey.
He needs the wisdom.
You need the wisdom.
The Grand Rat.
Yeah.
Mike Putnam, get us Marchand. But see, you know what the problem will be with that, Spenny? See, this is where I think people have a disconnect, where the Marchand at Florida is not what's required in Detroit.
Right.
You were going to ask him to do something unreasonable here. Is that fair, Spenny? Like
what? Marner?
No, Brad Marchand.
Oh, Brad Marchand? Yeah, it would be.
You're gonna ask
Marner
him to do
gets
something
you to where you need to go. Marchand helps you finish it off.
Yes.
Right.
Marchand can't be a centerpiece right now.
No, and that's what he would be asked to do.
But he
here.
would be. He'd be your best forward.
So then, yeah, you warmed me up on the Marner thing. I was totally off it.
That's the other thing is, if it's not, hey, we're getting a bunch of grit guys to lean into our team, you got to go get a star because you don't have any stars. You don't have a superstar. You don't have a star.
To me, Spenny,
and that's
that
what
is
Marner
a move. And, look, this is going to be a bad comparison, and people aren't going to like it. But signing Marner is your Blake Griffin move, i.e., it takes you from where you are now into the playoffs guaranteed.
But the only thing is you don't have to give up any assets to
and you don't have to give up any assets to get them other than
money,
your financial life.
Yeah.
But
it
hey, man.
With the cap out, it's going to go up. You sign Mitch Marner to $14 million a year right now. In 3 or 4 years, that's going to look like a fucking steal.
You know who's hoping he gets $14 million a year?
Connor McDavid.
Connor McDavid.
Yeah, everybody in next year's free agents class. Yeah.
Connor McDavid is. All right, let's take a break.
He's going to get 20. Connor's going to get 20.
What do you got, D-Man?
I got Mad Packs, baby. Mad Packs. We just had some breakfast. We had some blueberry pancakes in there. Boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka. Live resin infused tarantula. Absolutely. You can get them out. They've been out for a month. Spenny's been killing it with the Mad Packs moments and stuff like this, but this is unbelievable. So make sure you check it out. They are the best for the dollar. So if you like the tarantulas with the keep on it, these are the ones for you. Check out your Mad Packs today.
Mad Packs.
Are you a real Detroit sports fans. Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak? Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Beligian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media, X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in the clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
The most talked about Detroit media by other Detroit media, and we love it. It's the Woodward Sports Network.
Yo, 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 back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty.
Shit's popping, bro.
It is. It's popping down here. We are having a good time, no doubt. We're live at Meet Connect Puff and hanging out with our friends from Mad Packs, as we always are, as a matter of fact. And whether it's here on the golf course, wherever. But no, we are definitely doing it. It's kind of like the best described, kind of like a trade show for the cannabis industry.
Yeah,
everything's represented. They're having discussion panels, all of it.
You know, and this is like the industry-ish things, but it's great to see some familiar faces from, you know, back in the day that have put all the hard work in it. And we're just talking to an OG out there, Adam Brooks, to the fact that a lot of people don't know who he is, but you know, he's an integral part of one of the guys that stood on that stage in Ann Arbor back on my birthday, April 1st, 1972. So why we're here. So it's a great to see everybody.
No, absolutely. And speaking of seeing some of our friends, our guy from Mad Packs, Colton, is here in the house. Colton, last time we rendezvous, we were at Detroit Golf Club, knocking the ball around, having a couple drinks and whatnot. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, Neil. It's great to see you again. It's great to see Darren. Great to see Spencer. You know, it's always a good time when you guys are out and about.
We say the same thing about you and Mad Packs, bro. You guys are elite. And I will say that. My endocannabinoid system thanks you.
Well, D-Mac, I mean, talk about that from your perspective. You're versed in the game. You're one of the OGs of the cannabis industry in the state of Michigan.
I don't know about all that, but been around long enough to know what I like. And the fact, you know, it's about quality. You know, you listen to the ads and the reads or whatever, the high-low or whatever like that. The high quality and everything that goes in. And I think, Colton, you could talk about when you're talking about like, so the boom shakalaka, like everybody that's in the industry wants to have an infused pre-roll or something that it establishes them there as that. Mad Packs went with a infused tarantula, but now, not to get too elite for the people out there, though, it's a more of a complex process, right? So
Most
I think
definitely.
explain the process of why your quality of flower and the quality of product that you use, but it's also to the way that you guys make these things.
Correct. You're totally right. We start with all indoor flower, to put into them, so we're making sure we're putting a premium product to start in. And then through the process, we're infusing the flower with the live resin. And then the difference is we're painting all of our pre-rolls with the live resin in the oil on the outside, then covering it in the keef. Not everyone does that process in the industry. That's just something that, that separates us. These things are to get people medicated, really for the people who really want to have a great experience, get blown away. The Boom Shakalaka.
It's delicious, man. And it hits every note. And I think when you do that and you put the quality in, then you get what I always said is that what I'm always looking for is when I'm talking about different things is the price point. Do I feel like I got value out of it? And that's one of the things that you guys really allow to. But you also, too, in that, what Mad Packs is all about. I was showing the 8s earlier and stuff like this. But you guys are about, and this is the beauty, Neil, about it, is own your lane. What are you about? Mad Packs is about getting you high, right? Getting you medicated with quality stuff, but also being able to, and as they, for the guys that haul Mad Packs, right?
Yeah.
And there is that people out there that, like myself, that like a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, flavor, mad high, that's the slogan right there. And, we're just trying to get people mad high and provide mad flavor in everything they smoke from us, from the flower that we grow to our infused pre-rolls, the Boom Shakalakas and the high-low. We want everything to be the best version of what that product is. And to provide it at a great price. It's tough times right now. People's pockets are stretched thin, so we want to bring great quality products at a great quality price.
And this comes right down to what you always hear me say. Don't tell me what, tell me who.
Tell me who. Yeah.
Don't tell me what it is. Tell me who is the producer, who is the grower, or whatever like that. Because now I know wherever there's Mad Packs or whatever, and they have a different selection. It doesn't matter what they get into. I'm going to check it out because it's like, oh, I know these guys, and they put their compassion part of it into here, and they also, the price point's great.
No, and Colton, like I talked about, we were playing golf in the golf out and got a chance to chop it up with you.
How'd you guys shoot?
We were, what were we, 9 under, 10 under, something like
11
that?
under.
11 under it was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't
Brady
bad.
had the pencil,
It wasn't good enough to
obviously.
win, but it wasn't bad. It took a minute to get the engine. You get 3 pars on the first 3 holes.
Yeah, that's why they needed me.
A lot of par
Sorry.
3s. It was a challenging course.
It was, they did. They had it set up, though, D-Mac. Like, they weren't playing around
Which course?
with us. Detroit Golf Club.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, on the day, media day. Right?
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. So, but no, Colton, it was interesting just kind of picking your brain because, all the successful business people that I know kind of have your angle and what you talk about. The product's important. The product is what sells. And you, I think it was you that said it to me very, very well. You're going to see a lot of these places come and go as advertising budgets come and go.
Correct.
Mad Packs is here for the long haul because the bottom line is the product's good.
The product's good. You got to have a quality product or people aren't going to come back.
And
you have one bad experience with anything, you're never buying that product. You're never going to that restaurant again. You're never going to that bar again. It's just provide a great experience. It's all about the experience at the end of the day. If you provide and curate a great experience from when people come and visit us at stores and vendor days, we're trying to make sure we're hooking all of our customers up. We're rewarding them. The more they spend, the more gifts that they're leaving with.
It's almost like a more old school approach, right? Kind of like your corner store, your deli that you would go to, or
exactly.
anything like that.
That neighborhood vibe.
Yeah.
And you guys have a cold logo. The hat they gave me is so sweet, but my head's so big it doesn't fit. I wear a size 8 fitted hat, so regular snapbacks don't fit me. But it's such a sweet hat.
Hey, Cole, talk about, because when you guys are talking, and this is what I love about the relationship between Woodward and Mad Packs or whatever, because it's deeper than just what the product that you're doing. Spenny's Mad Pack minutes are freaking elite. I tune in them every week just because I love
the energy
to
that
see
Spenny is putting off in these Mad Pax minutes.
Are there
amazing.
any, now that you have him here or whatever like this, are there any things that you'd like to see or him to cover or different things like that? Or do you have new product maybe down? What's the next step
I
now?
definitely think there needs to be something with the Boom Shakalaka to let the people know how those are going.
Hey, sounds
it's
good.
explosive.
Next week we'll do the Boom Shakalaka.
Explosive plays for an explosive pre-roll.
Yeah, I can preview Jamison Williams next season, an explosive player coming through with the Boom Shakalaka pre-rolls. I think that might have
Hey, Spenny, a little suggestion.
Boom Shakalaka is
maybe
blowing
your
you away
top
like
5 Detroit
J-Mo
Boom
blows away those
Shakalaka.
corners.
There you go.
Hey, your top 5 Boom Shakalaka Detroit athletes right now.
There you go.
There you go.
Top 5 explosive athletes in Detroit.
Why do we do top 5s on Big D Energy?
Because it's half as boring as top 10 list.
That's
right.
it, man. It's a good experience.
It
Going
is.
back to what Colton was saying, it's a better experience,
Yep.
a top 5 instead of a top 10. Colton, the people are asking, where?
So if you want to find some Mad Pax products, you can go to any King of Buds location, Green Farm, Vibe. We're also in Premier Big Rapids, The Trap in Muskegon, Cake House Pleasant Ridge, and then the Decuts. All the Decut locations you can also find us at as well.
There it is.
And we're about to be launching an Elite Wellness as well. So next week, if you guys are up in the Saginaw, Mount Morris, Bay City, or the Jackson area, you'll be able to find Mad Pax products at Elite Wellness as well.
It's expanding, man. They're getting it everywhere around the state.
I hit that Cake House one in
Pleasant Ridge?
Yeah, Pleasant Ridge. Good. I'll go see those guys.
Well,
Love it.
We appreciate you, brother.
No, I
Thank
appreciate
you,
you
and
guys.
thank you for all the support for the network, too.
Of course, man. Anything for you guys. So we appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me on today.
Yeah, we'll get back out on the golf course, man.
Yes, sir.
100%. There it is. Our guy Colton from Mad Pax. Big shout out to them. Big one of the reasons that we're here right now.
Absolutely.
As a matter of fact. Woodward Sports chat thread. Sam Flannel, I will defend top 10 list forever.
Of course you will.
Of course he
'cause
will.
You're
Yeah.
a fucking
Yeah.
loser.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, damn.
Hey, if you like a top 10 list over a top 5
Was that
list,
a
you
little
are a
snug?
loser.
That was aggressive.
Listen, he's not ruining my day in my world right now,
that's
Flannel.
Spenny.
Up yours, Flannel. Love you,
A top 5 list is far better than a top. No one wants to hear your fucking top 10.
No, top 10 lists drag on.
Forever.
Yeah,
especially yours, Flannel.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you this, though. Worst top 10 list ever. Juicy.
Yeah, Juicy's were bad.
top 10s were. So
It was like an hour show.
Yeah.
And a top 10
Yeah, it
list.
would take 3 segments.
All right.
We could get half of a nickel package done by the time a top 10 list finished.
At least 3/5.
At least 3/5.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout If you know, you know.
Oh, everybody knows.
Yeah, I know. If you know, you know. Right. Okay. Let's take a break. We're going to get Spenny back together here.
Oh, shit. Tell us about Mad Pax, D-Mac.
I'll tell you all about Mad Pax. We were just talking to Colton about all the great stuff that he had. Now we're smoking on some of the flower, the cherry runs. Spenny, what'd you think, boys?
Oh,
absolutely. So when Colton was talking about the high for the low, the best quality for the lowest prices, that's what Mad Pax is all about. And obviously they're Boom Shakalaka, but he mentioned all the different places that you get it. Just check out, ask whatever dispensary you go in. You got that Mad Pax? Check them out today. They're fire.
Why do we fight? We fight to protect the innocent, to hold the powerful accountable, to bring the oppressors to justice. Why do we fight? We fight to secure and preserve our civil liberties, to get each and every one of our clients the justice they deserve, and to make the lives of real people just like you whole again. ThenFights.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Back at it, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neil Rule, Darren McCarty. We have Spencer. We have Chase. Stick is here. Brady is here. Hello, everybody. We're at Meat Connect Puff. That's right. We're on Holden Street in downtown Detroit, hanging out with our friends from Mad Packs.
Shout out.
All of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread. Appreciate you. A little more laid back vibe, I guess you could say.
Woody's here.
Yeah, Woody's here. He's pretty chilled out.
Woody's the most laid back dog I've ever seen.
If animals were all like Woody, then
Neil
I'd be
would
more
like
accepting.
him. Yeah,
I'd be more accepting. How about that? I think that's fair.
Woody's the man. I was walking around with Woody, looking for iced coffee earlier, but also just cruising for babes. He's a magnet. He's a pussy magnet for sure.
All right, all of you in the Woodward Sports chat thread.
Very smart, using their dog, and then you're going to their natural environment of the coffee house.
Coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to take him to the farmer's market.
Yeah, that was you knew the good honey hole, and you brought the right bait. To
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sam Flannel. He won't let go of the top 10 thing, which is absolutely wild.
Sam's not been known to let hold on to things and not let them go. That's pretty unusual of him.
Yes, absolutely. Flannel said, shout out to my guy Jeff as well. Phil said, Jeff actually hates you, Flannel. So.
No.
Well, I mean,
No, Jeff loves flannel. I love flannel. I love lamp.
Do you? D-Mac.
Flannel's my guy.
Spenny had an interesting Lions question, dude. And I did want to get to this today. So we got a couple minutes here to fit it in. Wait a minute, hold on. In the super chat, Brendan. NHL just upped the games in a season to 84, Neil. Is that true?
Let me check. I don't know. That seems kind of crazy. Why would they do that?
I don't know, but I hope there's not more in March. That seems to be a problem month for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would actually be kind of wild. So Spencer in the research department right now is efforting to find out if that is in fact true.
I don't.
Because I haven't seen it either.
I do not see.
Which would be.
It says a potential change.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is a troll account or not. No, Kevin Weeks said there's a potential change from 82 to 84 regular season. This was 16 hours ago, so.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, some potential big changes to the NHL tomorrow. 84-game regular season with a 4-game preseason. No player dress code. Lowering the maximum contract lengths by 1 year. The lower long-term injured reserve loophole closing, which Florida is a master at.
Yeah. And
no deferred salary.
And fucking Vegas. That's what Vegas did with Mark Stone for like 4 years.
Oh, yeah, dude, they've mastered the LTIR.
So annoying. That's why I hate Vegas. Scummy.
Why? What? Why? 3 games, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That's. I mean, an extra 2 games.
That's ownership cutting the preseason nonsense out.
I guess.
But then again,
is that what it's cutting down?
Cutting the preseason number of games.
Hey, maybe the Red Wings would have made the playoffs a couple years ago if they had an extra 2 games.
Maybe, huh? As long as they weren't in March.
As long as they weren't in March, that is true.
As long as they didn't tie with games.
Yeah.
So I guess.
I mean, more hockey's good, right? It's not a bad.
Yeah,
thing.
well, I mean,
82, 84. What's the difference?
Yeah, limiting the contract stuff like that. So that's obviously something that they're doing in conjunction with the Players Association. So,
yeah.
All right. Yeah. We'll.
Only 4 seasons, yeah. Red flag, 84 games, only 4 preseason games. Good. Preseason NHL is so stupid.
It is, dude.
Why would you even do that? Like,
it
makes no. You can't play preseason NHL. Brady, dude, grab me whatever that is. What'd you get? Is that pie?
No, it's like sliders of some sort.
Oh, holding out on everybody.
Yeah, what are we doing?
Look at this guy over here. I was going to get mine and then go get 5 more. Oh, sure. Yeah. I know.
Thanks.
I know.
I'll take that 5 more, too. This looks good. Thank you.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Woodward Sports chat thread.
Couch into it.
RM Dole. They were a couple seasons back in the early 90s when they played 84. They had 2 neutral site games. Do you remember? Do you ever recall playing 84 games in a season, D-Mac?
I never played all of them. So. The question is, Neil, do I need to get paid for 2 more? Do I need to go back and audit?
I'm just saying.
I remember the neutral site games, but I didn't know that it was actually. What years did they say that was?
He just said early 90s.
Hey, Chase.
Yeah, what's up?
Look up the end of standings, early 90s.
Find out if the Wings played 84 games.
Find if any of the league games played were 84.
Those
They were
sliders
saying
are
it was
pretty gas.
82 plus, because I thought it was 80, and then they added 2 neutral zone games or neutral site games.
Yeah.
I'm too
that's a
busy
great
enjoying
question.
this slider.
I thought it was pie, Shua. I did. I would have definitely smashed some pie right there. But that was a good slider. It was buffalo chicken. That was really good.
You ever
That
notice
buffalo chicken?
people don't miss on buffalo chicken
No,
sliders.
it's hard. It's hard.
It's hard to miss on a buffalo
Yeah,
chicken.
you literally just got to cook the chicken, throw some lettuce on there. Obviously, I prefer when they are bathed in the sauce, when they're coated in the
Yeah.
sauce rather than just the sauce poured on there. But,
with some pickles.
yeah, a couple pickles on there.
DMAC
Maybe a slice
is
of pepper jack.
correct. DMAC is correct. So in 91.
Wait, say that again?
DMAC is right.
Yeah, in end of the late 80s into the early 90s, they had 80-game seasons. And then for 2 years in 92, 93, and then again in 93, 94, there was an 84-game regular seasons. Then there was a 48-game season, and then consecutively a bunch of 82-game seasons.
Yeah,
Another,
they snuck one in on me my first year.
DMAC. Get the agents on the phone.
God dang, I think the agent, I'm at a lost cause. Just the fact that they got me for the contract year of 84, but I didn't negotiate the extra. What would I make in $1,000 a game then?
RM Dole says Eiserman played 84 games that year.
Duh. Supposed to.
DMAC. Update from the Rocket Classic. Minwoo Lee shot a 9 under 63.
Of course he did.
He has the first round lead. Andrew Putnam, 8 under 64.
Let's see.
He is in second.
Let's see.
In third, Lee Hodges, Zach Johnson. They are 7 under. 65 for Lee Hodges. So that's what it is, man.
Look at Woody the dog. Just elite at his craft.
Oh, yeah.
Woody the dog.
He does what he does, man.
God, that dog is.
He's such a good
deep.
dog. Such a good dog.
He's got a gaggle of geese around him.
Yep.
Right now.
Woodward Sports Super Chat, Desert Stallion. Neil, last night Easy and Spenny didn't hesitate to claim Burrow over JG16. Who do you think is better? Both the two of them got to a Super Bowl.
Buddy!
Goff better pass percentage, Burrow more touchdown and yards with more attempts. I can't kill you if you take
What
I can't.
are you saying? It's crazy to say Joe Burrow's better than Jared Goff?
The Jared Goff
Come on,
disrespect. I'll say this though, Goff. Say his name and he appears. Goff has been.
Joe Burrow done that Jared Goff hasn't.
That's what we're going through right now.
What do you think?
Spenny, Goff's a little more durable.
Yeah,
for
sure.
That's my
Grab
question with
Haas,
Burrow.
dude.
He misses
My
time,
guys.
dude, and the calf injuries and stuff like that.
Yeah, but
you're out of shape, dude. When you got calf.
Goff's never lost an AFC championship game.
Goff has never lost an AFC.
That's one thing that he has done.
Joe Burrow's never lost an NFC championship game. So
kind of cancels each other out.
Cancels each other out. Joe Burrow beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. Very few people can say they did that. Joe Burrow went for 5,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions last year. So, yeah, I don't think it's crazy to say he's better than Jared Goff. I love Jared Goff, but Joe Burrow is the top 3 quarterback in the league, top 4, I would say. I think it's those 4. It's the big 4, and then it's everybody else.
Right.
So.
And like I said, I am intrigued. And, Spenny, I'll tell you this. I'm intrigued when Goff does win a Super Bowl, how the perception changes. It's going to be insane, dude, how the perception changes.
Yeah, it will be.
Jared Goff.
And that's for everybody. When Joe Burrow wins the Super Bowl, if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, if Lamar Jackson wins the Super Bowl, it's going to change for all those guys because that is the ultimate prize.
It is.
Yeah.
But I'll say this, and Spenny, I think you agree, they're at the same exit of the highway as far as NFL careers go. Like you want to banter about more yards or more touchdowns or stuff like that. They got to win. They got to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, for sure.
Period. End of story.
For sure. And I think Joe Burrow's more talented, but yeah, they're both go win a Super Bowl.
Go win a Super Bowl, man. Like that's the only thing that's left for both of them. Woodward Sports chat thread question that came in here. Aaron to the Stone. Neil, is my boy Bryson DeChambeau in the Rocket tourney this weekend. No, he's not. He's on Live.
He's on Live. He'll be at the team championships at the Cardinal August 22nd and 24th.
Yes, he will. We got to get over there and play that place. I know we've been talking about it. I know.
But you'd rather play Oakhurst to me.
I didn't even figure that was on the table. I should have.
I'll play Oakhurst.
I know you like to keep it.
D-Mac,
I know you want another crack at it, but and it's closer to the Palace.
D-Mac, I've been striping my irons lately. I'll play Oakhurst.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that back together with Stick and everybody. And yes, Bryson DeChambeau is on Live, so he's not at the Rocket Classic. Currently on the back end of a 4-year deal worth $125 million to play for Live. I would have taken it to
Absolutely,
every
dude.
single time.
Absolutely.
Every single time.
And it's not even to win, just to play.
Correct.
Just go play.
You get to keep the money you make on top of that.
Yeah, and you can win.
Well, that's like Pyatt from Michigan State.
They made a couple million to go
$8 million. $8 million. Didn't have to go through like tour qualify. Didn't have to cut, and grind, and do all that stuff. Here, maybe you'll make it here. Here's $8 million to play here for 2 years. What do you choose? I know what I choose. Like, what are we talking
it's
about?
like a no-brainer. It's not even a question.
No hesitation at all. No hesitation at all.
It is. It's everybody that's critical of the guys that went to Live are stupid. I'll say that
because they're eventually going to end up in the same place as they always were, and when
they're still playing they're still playing in the majors.
Yeah,
like
because they're stars.
Yeah,
and when they're done with Live, guess where they'll go?
They're going back to the PGA, or they get re-upped by Live and make another $100 million.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And maybe then, like, if you gave me the money, then I would entertain going back to PGA. Once the generational wealth is made, then maybe I would entertain going back to PGA to, quote-unquote, play against the best.
But if I'm playing in the majors anyways,
what difference does
why
it make?
wouldn't I just go sign another contract with Live?
Sure. No, that's fair. Steve O'Baby, hey, Woodward Sports Chat. Who's undefeated against Jared Goff? Lamar Jackson. Who got beat by a rookie quarterback? Jaden Daniels. Who lost to an MVP this year? Josh Allen.
Who said that?
Steve O'Baby in the chat.
I mean, yeah, those are true. I mean, it's not wrong.
Right.
And it's not. Listen, guys,
those are three really good quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's not shitting on Jared Goff to say that Joe Burrow is a better quarterback. Like, relax. Put the guns away.
Good luck.
Yeah, I mean, she's telling me, dude.
Why do you hate Jaden Ivey?
Oh, yeah. That one's even worse. Those guys.
Who do you hate more, Jared Goff or Jaden Ivey?
Neither.
No, who do you hate more?
I don't hate either of them at all.
Are you sure?
I am sure. I love Jaden Ivey and I love Jared Goff.
Why do you hate them?
But
Spenny.
I'm not mentally handicapped, so I can realize that there are people better at their sports than them. Like, sorry, I can admit that. Fuck.
Spenny, who gets in your canoe? There's only one seat.
Jared Goff or Jaden Ivey?
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm a great swimmer, so I'd jump out and they could both get in.
Look at this guy.
Man.
Look at this guy.
All right, let's take the final break.
But that's facts, you are.
Let's take the final break, D-Mac. Tell about Mad Packs.
We were telling you about Mad Packs all day because it's the real deal. Holyfield, I always say, don't tell me what. Tell me who. Mad Packs is one of them. Why? The high-low. Get you high. That's their job. You heard it from Colton earlier, is that they deliver product that gets you high. The Boom Shakalaka live resin tarantula is all that you need. The flower, whatever it is, it's about the relationship. It's about what they put in. Great people, great quality product. If you want to get high, get your Mad Packs today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app online or in club and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, Chase, Spencer Raxter, all of you. We're at Meet Connect Huff, that's right. And we're here with our friends at Mad Packs. We're on Holden Street in downtown Detroit. Come out, place is starting to fill up right now. It's kind of like
sliders are cooking.
Sliders are cooking. It's like a convention, I guess you could say, for the cannabis industry. So roll on up through here and get in there. Heavyweights will be live out here.
Heavyweights will be live out here.
So
I already worked out, so I think I'm going to go to the game with Justin.
There it is. Spenny will be pulling up on the A's-Tigers game.
Yep.
So that will
Time's
be
that game.
It's pretty hot, though. 1 o'clock, I think.
Yes. 1:10.
What time is it now?
It is 12:50.
12:50.
Final segment of the show.
Who's on the hill?
Bullpen day.
Bullpen
Dietrich
day.
Ends.
Yeah, Greasy Axel or whatever his name was.
That sounds like it.
Greasy Axel.
Greasy Axel. No one can hit his forkball.
Woodward Sports chat thread, get into there. I saw a question for DMAC, and I had it and I lost it. Hold on, let me get it back. But get your thoughts out there. In the chat, the heavyweights and their intern Luke hate Jared Goff.
Luke hates Jared Goff. I don't hate Jared Goff.
You know, Ryan Lentz.
Easy said he loves Jared Goff yesterday on air. And he meant it. That one, I was like, are you sure you do? Like, I know he doesn't hate him, but I was like, love him? Do you love him? Ryan Lentz hates Jared Goff, too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Somebody asked.
him.
I don't know who it was. Somebody asked a question for Ask DMAC. They said, "Is Chris Draper much of a talker?
Oh, yeah.
Is he a jokester, prankster?"
Oh, that kind of talker?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, great sense of humor.
Is he a tone guy? No.
Yeah, he would be more of a tone than a jokey
Than a straight
jokes.
joker.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would be tone.
He was your roommate on the road for a while.
Lot of times.
A lot of time. That was back before you guys.
He was in charge of the remote. I didn't get the remote.
Who had the thermostat?
He could have everything. I'm pretty easygoing, dude. I don't care.
That's my favorite thing to do.
He'd throw it over. Actually, I earned it like when he was, because he'd go to sleep before I would, he'd throw it over and whatever. We got along great.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do in hotels. When if I'm going to a wedding or something, as soon as I check into my hotel room, I turn the thermostat as low as it goes, like all the way down. I remember my boy's wedding. It went down to 55. I turned it down to 55, went and partied. I stood up in the wedding, so we were partying from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. Come back, icebox. It was one of the best nights of sleep of my entire life. It was amazing.
That's a funny story. That's funny because it reminds me of, and it happens nowadays with two of my guys that are here right now. One likes it 80 and one likes it 65. So when we're on the road or whatever, if they're rooming together, it's a race to beat each other into the room. And that thermostat much to I'm like, you guys are going to blow a fuse. But
just battling for it.
And I just like a nice little 71.
I want it as cold as it gets. I need it cold when I'm sleeping.
You want to see your breath?
I want to see my breath.
I used to sleep with the window open in the wintertime.
Oh, I do too.
And I got bronchitis and I quit doing it.
I still do it.
We got another Ask DMAC from RM Dole. DMAC, you were on a game show with Shanahan back in teammates. 2004. You said something about seeing him stretching in the nude. I guess that's not really a question, though. He just was
No, it's in my book. It's just about when Shanahan and I roommate, you'd come back, and you wouldn't do it when you were there, but as your roommate, you come back in the room, and Shanny liked to stretch naked, I guess.
Shanny's probably got a hog. I didn't say he's a big dude. He's probably got a hog.
Okay.
I think it's a Yamaha 800.
There we go.
I don't think he's into the Harleys.
Okay. Respectable.
I don't know where to go from there.
Good bike. Not a 1200, but an 800. Okay.
Tigers predictions.
Tigers predictions. Shanahan. Brendan Shanahan dong sizes to Tiger predictions. We'll see the bats need to wake up for sure. Can't get 3 hit against the A's again.
Stephen Fenwick. Neil, are the Tigers a lock tonight?
Ooh.
They're not a get right. It feels forced. You know what I'm saying? But I do like their chances to win the series against Oakland.
Yeah, I think they should win.
If you were saying who would you bet on?
I'd bet on the Tigers.
I'd bet on the Tigers.
There's a reason they're probably a minus 150 favorite.
What, 155?
Okay, yeah.
And that's a fair price. That's a good price for the Tigers at home.
For a bullpen day?
Yeah, considering Scooble's minus 330 when he pitches.
Yeah.
So
against anybody.
It's a bullpen day. Like Oakland's traveling to. I'd have to. I could look at it real quick. Why not, dude? We're
What's
here
the
doing
home
it.
run?
The home run today?
Let me see where Oakland's going here real quick.
I feel like who's pitching for the A's? I kind of want to say Torque, honestly. He needs one. Is Torque playing? He didn't play last night, right? So
he's got to be playing.
Yeah.
He's got to be playing tonight.
Yeah, I'll take Torque. Give me Torque.
Tigers up to minus 160, by the way.
Torque needs one. Torque will lean into one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to the game with Justin. There's free food, baddies, and weed all over here. I'm going to text him right now.
A's are going to New York after this. So if you do want to go, tickets as low as $9.
Somebody hit up Justin. He's got a ticket.
What's the 3+ home run bet?
3+ home run? Ooh.
A lot.
Brent Rooker.
No, I just mean
Spencer Torkelson.
three home runs in the game. Don't they have that prop?
For a team to hit 3?
Yeah, over-under for home runs in the game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought you meant who's going to hit a home
3
run.
guys?
If I had to do it, I'd probably do Torque, Rooker, and
Dingles is going yard today.
Dingles. Maybe Riley. Riley hasn't hit one in a couple games.
Dingles is going yard.
It is humid.
The ball's
Very
flying.
humid.
Neil, the ball is flying.
They got an inside air-conditioned lounge in there. I'm probably not going. I'm texting him right now. Probably not going to make it, bud.
All right, well, that'll do it. Heavyweights are here.
Heavyweights are here.
Shout out to Mad Pack. Shout out to our guy Colton for coming on as well. That's our guy, of course. And a big shout out to everybody that's down here at Meat Connect Puff. That's right. We're here
Talking
with
about Shanahan's
Mad Packs.
meat.
We're gonna go really puff now.
Yeah.
It was all a
Get some
warm up.
food.
This was all. Thanks for joining Wake and Bake.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
was
For
my
Darren
Wake and Bake.
McCarty, for Spencer, for Chase, Brady, Stick,
Woody.
I'm Neil Rule. Thanks for tapping in. Well, see you later.